Hi everybody, welcome to week 6. So this week our DQ is about extracurricular excellence and well-being. Some of the information in the DQ talks about things that are available on campus with GCU, and I'm assuming most of you have not had a chance to take part in that. But the other piece of it, I think the general feel of the online course environment with GCU, at least from my perspective, is quite a bit different from other schools. So maybe you can look at it that way. I was recently reading an article on nurses and burnout, particularly in critical care areas, but I really think it can apply across settings. And it talked about one of the key predictors for nurse burnout being moral distress. The authors talked about moral distress this way. Moral distress occurs when the person is aware of a moral problem, acknowledges moral responsibility, and makes a moral judgment about the correct action. Yet, as a result of real or perceived constraints, participates in perceived moral wrongdoing. Oh gosh, this can come across in a multiple settings. I can think about a very elderly individual and we're still proceeding with futile care because families can't let go. I mean, there's just all sorts of things that can come about to create situations involving moral stress. Interestingly, they found that the nurses who handled moral distress best had some common factors. They were that these nurses had spiritual well-being, hope, and resilience. And so I think we need to remind ourselves, especially to keep working on our spiritual lives, regardless of which faith you ascribe to. And we need to do this especially when things get crazy. That's the time when our maybe Bible reading, Bible study, communing with nature, whatever your spiritual practices are, that sometimes they get pushed to the back shelf. But this article really reminds us that we need to place a higher priority on that part of our lives. I tend to be a pretty busy person. I work full time. I'm currently teaching 3 sections of this course, and I'm very involved with my church and some community groups. But I recently had to take a step back and realize that my spiritual life, even though I attend church regularly and doing very active in my church, my spiritual life was not taking center stage as much. So I decided to take one of my precious evenings, and I'm currently doing a Bible study on the Gospels from a pastor who's essentially a biblical scholar. He's wonderful. And I can't tell you how much this has enhanced my ability to tolerate stressful times, challenges, overcommitting time-wise, and it's just really make a huge difference. So I just want to remind you that as you're looking at your balance between work and school and practicum and family, just to not forget that spiritual side. And I'm not talking about church commitments. I'm talking about your own internal spiritual growth. So just want to put that out there as a reminder for this week since we're talking about wellness. All right, I hope you're having a good week. For me, it's Friday and I'm really looking forward to the weekend. And I'll be talking to you in the main forum. Bye-bye.